Your lipstick stains on the front lobe of my left side brains. I knew I wouldn't forget you, and so I went and let you blow my mind. Your sweet moonbeam, the smell of you in every single dream I dream. I knew when we collided, you're the one I have decided who's one of my kind. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. Hey, 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 just in time. I'm so glad you have a one-track mind like me. You gave my life direction, a game show love connection we can't deny. I'm so obsessed. My heart is bound to beat right out my untrimmed chest. I believe in you like a virgin, you're Madonna, and I'm always gonna wanna blow your mind. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. The way you can cut a rug, watching you's the only drug I need. So gangsta, I'm so thug, you're the only one I'm dreaming of. You see, I can be myself now finally. In fact, there's nothing I can't be. I want the world to see you be with me. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. Hey, 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 tonight. Hey, hey, tonight.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Fine light in the beautiful sea. I chose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the life inside. So shine bright tonight. You and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. to the universe as we moonshine and Malay. Feel the warmth, we'll never die. We're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the life inside you. Shine bright tonight. You and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shining bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. So shine bright tonight. You and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Eye to eye, so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh yeah. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get. 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 We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We've come so far. Night to get lucky. 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 She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
Me not working hard. Yeah, right, picture that with a Kodak. Or better yet, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with a Kodak. Took my life from negative to positive, I just want y'all to know that. And tonight, let's enjoy life. Pitbull, Naya, Neo, that's right.
I want all of you tonight. Give me everything tonight. For all we know, we might not get tomorrow. Let's do it tonight.
What they say, oh, what kills them, nothing is enough to love.
Let's do it tonight.
I want you tonight, I want you to stay.
Grab somebody sexy, tell them, hey, give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything
Take
tonight.
advantage of the night, cause tomorrow I'm off to Dubai to perform for a princess. But tonight, I can make you my queen and make love to you endless. It's insane the way the name growing, money keep flowing. Hustlers moving silent, so I'm tiptoeing. So keep blowing, I got it locked up like Lindsay Lohan. Put it on my life, baby. I'll make it feel right, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight. Excuse me, and I might drink a little more than I should tonight. And I might take you top of your girl. What I'm involved with is deeper than the Masons, baby, baby, and it ain't no secret. My family's from Cuba, but I'm an American idol, getting money like secrets. Put it on my life, baby. I make it feel right, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight, darling. Excuse me, and I might drink a little more than I should tonight. And I might take you home with me if I could tonight. And baby, I'ma make you feel so good tonight. 'Cause we might not get tomorrow.
Tonight, I want all of you tonight. Give me everything tonight. For all we know, we might not get tomorrow. Let's do it tonight.
same old teen since 1916. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are dying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, 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 oh,
Great GCL loss. What do you think they need to do in order to get a win here today?
I think they need to dominate up front in the trenches, I would say, because just looking at this Trotwood team, they do not seem big up front. So I would like to see the O-line get big pushes today and really have a run first here today at the pit.
And so we'll get underway here. Brady Andriaco in shotgun formation, one receiver to his right, one to his left, motioning, hands it off up the middle. Good run there. Andrew Talon on that one. Good run. It'll be second down.
And that's fine too. If you get 4 yards a run, you're getting first downs. You're making progress to move down the field. So that's completely fine. Their coach would take a 4-yard run every single play.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 here from the 39-yard line. Andriaco in shotgun formation, three receivers to his right, fakes the handoff. Looking for Talon, overthrows him. Miscommunication there.
It's just a swing route. Couldn't connect with them.
So the Panthers coming into tonight's game have allowed 20 or more points in 3 of their 5 games. And they're 1-1-1 when allowing 20 points or more. So the defense got to step up here today and limit those points, limit turnovers on the offensive side. Andriaco alone in the backfield, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Takes a snap, runs it, going up the middle. He's at the 50. Takes a hit and gets up to about the 53. A great run there from Andriaco, seeing him use his legs there.
Yeah, that was a great call. It was a QB draw. Line pass sets for a second to get those linebackers to drop into coverage, start backing up. And when they do that, Andriaco just took off for a nice gain of a first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from Trotwood Madison Rams 48-yard line. Andriaco, shotgun formation, 3 receivers, hands it off, up the middle, good run there.
Good run by Javier Craig. That's a great job, and that's exactly what the Panthers should do today. They should run the ball down Trotwood's throat today.
Yeah, good powerful run there. He'll give it back to him. And he'll get about 4 on that play. Now gain of 2, so it'll be 2nd and 8 here from the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we see a lot of different running backs get into the game today for Elder, just to experiment and see what kind of runners they are. If They like to bounce it outside if they're patient, if they're hard. It just depends.
Andriaco motions. He's wide right. Talon lines up, takes the direct snap, runs it up the middle. Good run on that play.
That's great. They really haven't gotten stuffed with run the ball yet. So if they can just keep moving like this, they'll have no trouble on scoring here today.
Yeah, unlike last week, last week Moeller's linemen obviously dominated Elder, pressured Andriaco. Offensive line protected their quarterback, but thus far this D line for the Rams hasn't looked too physical with the O line up front. A big hit there, Andrew Talon, and he's gonna go backwards. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and you got to go for it right here. You can't punt this ball away.
So it'll be 4th and 5 from the 29-yard line. Just under 7 minutes to play here in this first quarter from the pit. Offense stays on the field. Andriaco, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. No running back in the backfield. Wide receiver motions into the slot formation. Looking deep for the end zone. Gets held a little bit there. No call. So it'll be turnover on downs. So the Rams going to have the ball from the 29-yard line. Not what you want to see on the opening drive from the Panthers.
Yeah, I didn't know about that play call. I really didn't like that. It was only 4th and 5. I don't know why you have to take an end zone shot right there, but I did like the matchup. I just don't think the route was probably the best option to throw.
Yeah, you could have gone with like a slant or something short and just gotten it with your legs and then went down so you keep the ball, but it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They'll hand it off up the middle, and you'll get stuffed. Maybe a gain of 1 there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, on the defensive side of the ball here today for Elder, I want to see a lot of sacks because we did not see that against Moeller's offensive line last week. We did not see a lot, so it'd be great today if the D line can show up and go ahead and get back there and disrupt some plays.
Yeah, and big plays were an issue for the defense last week against Moeller. Let's see how they handle it here today. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Looking over the middle, tipped off the receiver, and it drops incomplete.
Dangerous right there. Yeah, if Elder can keep these guys on their heels and make these 3rd and longs, make it a passing down where the D line can get a chance to get back there. As long as the secondary holds up, I have complete faith in the D line getting back there and disrupting quarterback, making him nervous.
It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 30-yard line. Looking over the middle, incomplete again. Not really sure who that was intended for. Just kind of threw it into the middle of nowhere there.
Yeah, 2 very bad passes so far by Trotwood's quarterback.
So it'll be 4th and 8 from the 30-yard line. 5:45 here left in this first quarter. And it looks like they're going to try to go for it here. Caden, what do you think about this decision here?
I think this is not good at all, honestly, because you don't get this. Elders in your own territory. Let's see what they do here, though.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, direct snap. Runs it up the middle, and that will be a 1st down. So they take the gamble, and they'll get the 1st down.
That was a very, very. It worked for him. It was just a wildcat run, basically, to the left. Bounced it outside for a good game for 1st down. But yeah, Elders got to be more aware of that.
Yeah, obviously the quarterback hasn't passed very well early on in this game, so you would have thought they would have brought some pressure there, but they played more of a zone coverage. Shotgun formation, motioning, hands it off, bouncing outside, and that'll be a gain of about 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 41-yard line, and then the Rams have a pretty decent running game with what we can see so far early on here. So with what we've seen from their passing game, they're gonna have to try to rely on that running game. So Elder's gonna have to try to bring some pressure here.
Yeah, if they're gonna rely on that running game a lot, then instead of a zone, you probably want to go in like a cover one, where you at least send a backer every time. I would send a linebacker on a blitz probably almost every play, to go ahead and get back there and just fill the gaps.
Shotgun formation, one receiver looking over the middle, and it's intercepted.
Intercepted by number 20, Andrew Paff.
Picked off there by Paff. The receivers haven't been able to hold on to the ball much in this game. That was a high pass there, deflected off the receiver, tipped up into the air. Paff gets it, turnover, and Elder's going to have it here from the 45-yard line with 4 minutes to play. And that is what you needed from this Elder defense.
Yeah, that was great. If Trotwood's quarterback has gone 0 for 3 so far with a pick. So if they cannot get this passing game going at all, should be a very easy day for Elder if they can keep this pass game for Trotwood to not happen at all.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45. Andriaco in the backfield, one receiver to the right, one to the left. They fake the handoff, rolling right. And he'll get stuffed. No gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
I like the play call. I feel like they should have. It looked like an RPO from what I could tell. But I really thought he should have handed that off instead of tucking it and throwing it. I think Javier Craig, the running back there, could have fought off some defenders and probably got a first down right there because that left side of the field was wide open.
Andriaco, shotgun formation, tries to run it up the middle, and he'll get sacked back at the 47. So not what you want to see from this Elder offense that had a very promising first drive.
Yeah, Andriaco had something right there. He should have followed his blockers, man. He took off to the right, went to like the right hash instead of the left. If he went to the left, that field was wide open. He had a lineman out block. He had number 64 Kevin Stab running downfield looking to get up to that secondary to block him. He just didn't hit the right hole right there.
Andriaco alone in the backfield, two receivers to the right, two to the left. Looking, has a man open, and it's incomplete. That's a missed opportunity there from the Panthers.
Yeah. Andriaco looks slow to get up, but he does. Man, you got to give him more time on that as the offensive line because that would have been a touchdown. Cam Anderson had his defender burned and was streaking down the left side of the field. If Andriaco had time to throw that definitely would have been a touchdown for the Panthers. So that's a missed opportunity right there.
So Rosenacker lines up to punt this one away. Stands at the 40-yard line. The snap from the 47, Rosenacker's punt. Caught at about the 11. Missed tackle there. And they'll wrap him up at about the 20-yard line. So let's see what the Rams can do here. Interception last drive. Panthers offense unable to capitalize. So let's see what they can do here.
If I was Trotwood, I would heavily rely on the running game here today. And from what I could tell from last week against Moeller, Elder struggled against the runs to the outside. It looks like they can stuff the inside runs pretty good, but if you can get it to bounce outside, that's where Elder struggles a little bit. So let's see if Trotwood will catch up on that.
Shotgun formation. They'll throw it outside. And a short gain there. First completion for Trotwood. And it'll be 2nd and 9, only a 1-yard gain on that play.
Yeah, Trotwood has not marched down the field at all. They had one big play for a first down, but they keep getting in these second and longs, third and longs. That's just not going to work out for me today.
He'll hand it off, trying to find the outside. Nothing doing. The Panthers all over that one.
Yeah, and that's exactly. They had the right idea. They're just trying to get outside, but you have to get outside quicker, man. A good play to get outside would be probably like an option or a pitch, a stretch call. But these are just like inside runs that they're getting, and they're trying to bounce outside from the inside run. You just make it harder on that running back to really cut uh, outside. You're making them go vertical instead of going out, and it's just hard for the running back.
So it'd be 3rd and 10 from the 21-yard line here. Looking, and that'll be short there. So it'd be 4th and 10. They went for it last time on 4th down, on 4th and 8, and they got it. So let's see if the offense stays on the field or if they're going to punt this one away.
Yeah, this is a 4th and 11 now. If you can't, Elder, you cannot let Trotwood get this. This would be huge if you stop him right here. You're gonna get the ball at in basically scoring position at the 20. So you really, really gotta hold him right here.
4th and 10 from the 21. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They're going to find the running back. Cuts up the field. Fumble, but they said he was down. It's going to be a 1st down again for the Rams. So Elder's 4th down defense has not looked great in this game.
Yeah, that running back just ran a swing route, so he caught that ball behind the line of scrimmage. He took off. You got to break down and tackle. Everybody has to run and gang tackle to the ball. To just push him back and not let him fight for extra yards. Because if there's no way Trotwood should have got that first down right there.
So shotgun formation here. 1st and 10 from the 33. 2 wide receivers to the left. Now motioning. 3 wide receivers to the right. They'll pitch it outside. Spinning. And he'll get about 3 on that one, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and I feel like Trotwood should do more of that. I just think they should have more blockers out front for the running back to be able to, get more space. Because that was a good call. That pitch, it got him at least 5 yards. So I feel like it would do great for Trotwood if they do more of that.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 running back to the left side. They're looking, and it's dropped again. So these receivers for the Rams not looking too great here early on. Let's see if they can clean that up with 34 seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, and if noticing that these receivers are dropping pretty much everything. Elder's defensive backs really got to close in on the ball, on the receiver, the intended receiver that's getting the ball thrown to them. If they want to have a chance to maybe go through a tip drill and pick it off again like they did earlier in the game.
Shotgun formation, 3rd and 5. Looking, almost intercepted again. Kyle Bean was on the coverage on that one, almost had it, overran it a little bit. You see overruns from wide receivers, not from DBs trying to get an interception. Missed opportunity there from the Panthers, but it's going to be 4th and 5. So you'd like to see some pressure here from the Panthers.
Yeah, you really need it, because if you can't hold them on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, and then let them get a big play on 4th. So you really got to hold them right here.
4th and 5 from the 38, 30 seconds to play here. 2 receivers to the right and to the left. Looking deep, incomplete. So the Panthers get a stop on 4th down, and Andriaco and the offense going to come back on the field. Good defense there, good coverage. A little bit overthrown there on that pass.
Yeah, a little overthrown, but Trotwood really should have had that first down. That wide receiver had the out of bounds to him. So if that quarterback just would have put it only where he can get it, that should have been another first down on 4th down for Trotwood. So Elder's defense is getting a little sloppy on 4th down. They really need to clean that up.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 38, 24 seconds to play here. Still no score. Andriaco, wide receiver to the right and to the left. Andriaco looking to run it, spins, gets upfield. Good run there from Andriaco.
Yeah, it's good to see on these run plays where your line is, 5 yards up from where the line of scrimmage was. When they're doing that, you can tell that they're moving people up front, and that's what you need.
And so they'll take that to the first quarter. Still no score here. 2nd and 4 from the 32. Panthers ball. What did we see from that first quarter?
The defense is doing a pretty good job so far. As long as they can hold Trotwood to these very, very big, like 3rd and longs and 2nd and longs, 4th and longs, this should be a cakewalk for Elder's defense. The question is just can Elder's offense just finish drives? Because we've seen them. They can move the ball down the field. They do a great. I mean, they can. They're doing a great job at that so far here today. They just can't finish when they get inside of their enemy's territory. They just can't get down there and put the ball in the end zone. They're always either settling for 3 or turning the ball over on downs. So they really got to capitalize right here on this Trotwood defense.
So 2nd and 4 from the 32. Panthers going right to left now. Andriaco, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right. Cam Anderson alone to the left. Motioning in 1 receiver to the right and to the left. They'll hand it off. Gets tripped up there with a 2-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I like how Elder, their run plays are designed, and they're telling the defense like, we are going to run the ball because when they bring in that tight end and that fullback to have them in the backfield, they're telling the defense we're going to run the ball. We don't care that you know that. We're going to move the ball no matter what.
Andriaco takes the snap, pushing up the field, and they got the first down. Good, strong run there. Good job by the O-line to push the pile there.
Yeah, it's great to see when you have a quarterback like Andriaco who's aggressive, and he will put his head down and he'll fight for extra yards. That's great to see as a lineman. So when you see that, you just want to help him out and push defenders off of him, so you can really get some movement up front.
Some confusion here. And they're going to have to snap this one quick.
Yeah, I'd watch for Cam Anderson right here.
Anderson motioning, rolling right, and it's caught.
Ooh.
And he'll be down at about the 20. Good save there. Almost, if they didn't make that tackle there, that could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, Talon almost broke free right there. If he would have stiff-armed his defender away, that would have been an easy touchdown for Talon.
So it'll be 2nd and 2 from the 20. 8:20 here to play in this first half. Still no score. Let's see if the Panthers can get ahead here.
Yeah, Cam Anderson is a really, really good red zone target here for Elder. Let's see what they do.
Andriaco, and he'll get sacked. It's going to be a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 22.
Yeah, I didn't like that one because they called a QB draw when Trotwood really crowded the box right there. I would have audibled to something else right there. If they have at least, if you're leaving your line with five, just the regular 5 linemen, you have nobody else blocking. When there's about like 6 people in the box right there, I would definitely would have audibled something else right there.
Andriaco lone in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Andriaco rolling left, on the run, looking, has a man open, and it's caught. Touchdown, Panthers!
Touchdown, number 18, Jude Kipp. The big play.
And that was a blown coverage there from
Yes.
Trotwood. That was wide open. Andriaco lobbed that one in there. Kip caught that almost like a punt.
Yeah, it was a really high spiraling throw by Andriaco. But it still got in the end zone for a touchdown. That's exactly what Elder needs, man. You gotta finish these drives.
Josh Menor now on for the extra point. There's going to be penalty flags. Kick was good.
Looks like approachment by the D line of Trotwood. So they're gonna get a little bit closer. Yeah, you're gonna get a little bit closer for Elder.
So Menor now to reattempt the extra point. The first attempt was good before the flag. And the second attempt is good. So 7-0 our score here. 7-11 left to play in this first half. Good drive there from the Elder offense.
Yeah, they did a great job on uh, breaking coverages in Trotwood's defense. And if Trotwood actually does that more often, um, I would get a little bit more of the passing game involved now that it looks like a lot of miscommunication comes from Trotwood's defense. So I would have a lot of faith as Andriaco on like third and longs if you get in that situation, knowing that Trotwood's secondary doesn't look like the best here today. So it would be really good if Andriaco could take advantage over that.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 35 shotgun. And he bobbles the ball, and he's going to have to go down. Jack Rosenacker getting pressure on that one.
Yeah, it just looked like tried to hand the ball off or fake a handoff, and he couldn't get a handle on the ball, and that'll push him back.
So it'll be 2nd and 14 for the Rams from the 31-yard line. Not what you want to see out of the gate in 1st and 10, but this Elder defense got to keep this pressure.
Yeah, you get that quarterback nervous back there. He'll just keep making these bad throws, and these receivers won't catch the ball. And like a passing down like this, it's big.
And incomplete again on 2nd down. You know, the linebackers for the Panthers, Kenny Espelage and Patrick Spinney, we haven't called their name much today, so you got to look for those guys here on 3rd and long to make a big play.
Yeah, but they are doing a good job so far. Trotwood's run game really hasn't been anything, so the D-line holds them up good. And then obviously Trotwood's passing attack isn't that good, so, there's not much to shout out for the linebackers, but they are doing a good job here today.
It'll be shotgun formation for the Rams, 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Running back in the backfield, looking to throw it over the middle. It's caught. Good move there.
Yeah, and number 27, Andrew Kininger, almost had a good tackle on that play, but he broke free. But it will still set up 4th down.
So 4th and 5 from the 40. So if they can't convert here, it's another chance for Elder to score here with under 5 minutes to play in this first half. They could score, go up 14-0 going into halftime.
Yeah, really, if you can hold them right here, you still got 5 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. That's plenty enough time to get another touchdown in for Elder.
4th and 5, shotgun formation, looking for the running back, and Patrick Spinney right there to make the play. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Good job there by the freshman linebacker.
Patrick Spinney just said no to that running back, man. It was another swing route. He read that completely, put a helmet on another helmet, completely just sent that running back, and I bet he's feeling that right now. It's a big hit.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 43-yard line. The Rams get the ball to start the second half. So Elder got to try to put as much pressure on them going into this halftime as they can.
Yeah, you got plenty of time right here for Elder, so you don't need to, march down the field very quick. Definitely want to get some run plays to chew some clock right here.
Andriaco shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, none to the right. Running back in the backfield. Some pressure looking. And pass interference there. Jude Kipp was the intended target. And that's gonna be a first down. Not what you want to see from the Rams. Good coverage there. I didn't see much pass interference there. It's almost just Kipp got tripped up a little bit there. Lost the ball for a second.
Yeah, Trotwood's defensive back just tangled him up, but he also kind of threw Kip, so Kip had no chance on getting to that ball after Trotwood's defensive back really pushed him right there. So you gotta throw PI on that.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the looks like the 28-yard line after that penalty. Andriaco shotgun formation. Kipp to the right, Anderson to the left. They'll hand it off up the middle. Good run there. Still driving. Good run there. Kipp was on the back end of that, pushing the pile. Good job there to just backpedal his way. 15-yard gain on that one.
Yeah, that was a great play call. And the line, man, Eller's line just getting movement up front. Every lineman was about 10 yards up the field, just making Trotwood move back, forcing them back. And that's just a great job. You got to keep that going for Elder.
Andriaco shotgun formation. Anderson to the right. Kipp to the left. Andriaco's going to run it. O-line pushing the pile. And, it looked like he was going to get stopped at about the 10 or 11. He gets up all the way to about the 7. So, good job there by the O-line to push the pile.
Yeah, you just got to, keep, because about 4 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock here. So, I would definitely run the ball. You don't want an incompletion right here to stop the clock and give Trotwood some sort of hope. So, you got to run the ball right here, in my opinion.
Andriaco shotgun formation, 3 receivers. Now Andriaco going to line up 4 receivers to the left. Looking over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Andriaco on the slant route.
Yeah, number 11, Drew Wallingman, went at quarterback on that. And he tried to hit Andriaco on a slant. Just couldn't connect right there. I like the play call, though. That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe just wait a tad bit longer there. Hit him right as Andriaco was cutting, which is what you would normally do, but there was no one on the right side of the end zone. So if you waited a tad bit and let Andriaco get up to speed and just beat out those linebackers.
Yeah, I would watch Cam Anderson right here on the one-on-one coverage to the right. It's just him in a corner over there.
Andriaco lines up and wide receiver on the left side. Direct snap. Pushing.
Oh.
And the Rams have the ball. It was a fumble. And the Rams are going to have the ball.
Can't do that. Can't turn the ball over inside your own 10. Or inside the opponent's 10. That was a huge mistake, and that's it. That's exactly what I've been talking about Elder's offense. You have to finish drives like this because, your defense sent you up in perfect position to go score. Elder's got the ball in Trotwood's territory, I want to say probably 3 times this game, and they've only capitalized on one of those drives. So, really, Elder should be up by at least 3 touchdowns. You just gotta put the ball in the end zone, man. You can't be making mistakes like this.
So it looked like the Rams just literally took the ball out of their hands and tried to start running with it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 8-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. A running back in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Looking. And a big hit there. Good tackle there from the Panthers. Andrew Paff on that tackle. Read that and jumped all over that one.
Yeah, it looks like the Rams love to throw these swing routes and these little arrow routes to their running backs out of the backfield because it doesn't seem like they can throw much down the field or even like really short routes down the field. They're relying on these passes behind the line of scrimmage. And really, if they only throw that, Elder should really just have a field day today. But they haven't had a good job on defending those short catches behind the line of scrimmage so far here for today.
It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 6. Shotgun snap. Looking, and it's incomplete. Almost picked off. Paff was there. Got a hand on that one. And the receivers haven't looked too hot here for the Rams.
Yeah, it's up another 3rd and long. It's been a lot of 3rd and longs for here today. And Elder does have another chance to get the ball right here and go score potentially. Just 2 minutes and 32 seconds left on the clock. Elder with some timeouts here, so their offense is going to get another chance if the defense can hold them right here.
So it'll be 3rd and 12. The Rams have not punted yet today, so if they go for it on 4th down, if they don't convert here and don't get the 4th down, then Panthers going to have a good chance to score. And the Panthers all over that one. Paff having a good defensive day thus far. 3 straight plays, he's been right there.
Elder will call a timeout. That's very smart by them. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, Paff did a great job right there. He forced that tight end. He made that tight end back up. That was blocking him right into his own quarterback. So his quarterback had nowhere to go. He went inside and just got corralled by the Panthers. So yeah, that was a great job by Paff to force that tight end back into his own backfield and to back up into his own quarterback. That was a great job.
So it'll be 4th and 11 here from the 7-yard line. 2 minutes and 21 seconds to play. So the Panthers called that timeout, thinking they're going to get the ball back here.
Yeah, I would say yes on this because this is going to be a really big 4th down, probably the biggest one yet so far. If you hold them right here, Elder's going to get the ball inside of the Rams' own 20-yard line. So this will be extremely huge for Elder's offense to get the ball in this perfect territory to go ahead, try and finish a drive and score.
Big play for this Elder defense. Linebackers Patrick Spinney, Kenny Espledge looking to make a play here. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 running back in the backfield.
Looks like the Rams are having some miscommunication, getting their offense set up.
And the snap. Looking, it'll be caught. Looking to make a play. Jack Rosenacker there. And then the defense there to finish it off. So Elder's going to get the ball back at about what looks like to be the 9 or the 10. So Elder's got a chance to score here with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to play.
Yeah, you really gotta capitalize right here, man. If they can't score right here, that shows something, man. You gotta figure out something for your offensive game, especially in the red zone. So they should definitely have a play designed right here to get them into the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 10. Andriaco going to take the snap. Andriaco pushing up the field. He'll be down at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, and I would do that again, man. Probably I would do another quarterback draw just to the other side. If Andriaco is gonna get 4.5 yards on every carry, that's acceptable, man. 4.5 yards every play. It's not pretty, but if you go 5 yards at a time, march down the field.
Andriaco looking for a hole, pushing, and that'll be a touchdown for the Panthers. Brady Andriaco with the rushing touchdown, 13-0, pending the extra point here. 1 minute 31 seconds to play here. Good job by the offense to capitalize on a good defensive stop there for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think I called that one. I think it was the exact same play, but just to the other side of the field. That was just a great play call.
Josh Menner on the extra point. Kick is up right down the middle. 14-0, a minute and 31 seconds to play here in this first half.
Yeah, Elder's defense has just got to stop them right here. And with the Rams' passing game not being very good, you know, so far here for today. So definitely surprised we haven't seen as many sacks as I expected so far. But I would be surprised on this drive if Eller gets back there.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 35-yard line. Elder, good defensive stop there. Last drive, and if they can somehow get a stop within a minute and 31 seconds, they could possibly have a chance to get another score here.
Yeah, I would like to see some pressure from number 98 Joshua Bosom and number 97 Major Kittles get back there and make something happen.
1st and 10, shotgun formation. They're going to hand it off, and a big play there. Major Kittles, a loss of 4 on that one. You said it, Major Kittles going to need to make a big play, and he does there. A free rusher on that play and gets absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, it didn't even look like the offensive line blocked him right there, how fast he got back there. And that's actually a really good play because, there's still a minute and 15 seconds left on this clock. It's 2nd and long again. Pretty sure Elder has one more timeout, so if you can hold him, make it like third and long again, with probably a minute on the clock, Elder maybe has another chance to get an offensive possession. So if you can really hold him right here and maybe get Elder, your offense another possession right here, that would be great.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 35 or from the 30-yard line for the Rams. They're when they're in 2nd and 3rd, 4th and long, they converted 2 in a row on 4th down, 4th and 8 and 4th and 10. But ever since then, their offense hasn't been able to produce on these long downs.
Yeah, it looks like Elder's gonna stay in their basic 50. Only have three rushing D linemen. Maybe send some outside backers. Looks like I think they're gonna drop into coverage right here, but they might send somebody.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Running back motioning. It's going to be a direct snap, bouncing outside, cuts upfield, has the 1st down up to about the 46-yard line. Good, powerful run there from the Rams.
Yeah, that was a really good run.
Minute and 7 seconds left. The Rams going to go and hurry up. This one the Elder defense is going to have to step up here big. Shotgun formation.
Looked like a false start.
Another direct snap. And a good tackle there.
Drew Walligman with the big tackle.
It'll be second and 10 here. So no gain on the play. That's what you needed from that Elder defense. 37 seconds to play here.
Yeah, the Rams aren't going up on the ball, really. They're taking their time, which you can't do, honestly. 20 seconds left on the clock. I don't know if they're trying to let the clock run out, which I don't know why they would do that, because you really need a score right here. It looks like that's what they're doing.
10 seconds to play here, so by the looks of it, the Rams going to take this to the half unless they're going to get a Hail Mary off here. They're going to snap it with 1 second left, direct snap, and they're just going to run it here. Good tackle there. Jack Rosenacker, Kenny Espledge on the tackle. And that is the end of the first half here on EH Sports. Your score, Elder 14, Trotwood Rams. First half.
I really like the run game on the offensive side of the ball. Offensively, I feel like they need to improve on the choices of the run play, I would say. I would mix it up a little bit more. Maybe do a QB draw one play, next play do like a trap running play, and then maybe like a stretch. You just gotta get more variety in your runs, so you know you keep the Rams guessing. And on the defensive side of the ball for Elder, I would just improve on really crowding the box because it seems like the Rams really haven't tried to bounce it outside a lot. But when they do find success. So you really, I would send probably five defenders uh, in the box and just have everybody else gather around outside. And it looks like if Elder does that, it'll probably be a shutout here today for the Panthers.
And so we'll be back here after halftime. Elder versus Trotwood JV football second half coming to you next here on EH Sports.
words were written on the studio wall. Concert hall. Echoes with the sound of salesmen. Of salesmen. Of salesmen.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. The afterworld. A world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know the one, doctor, everything will be alright. Instead of asking how much of your time is left, ask him how much of your mind, baby. 'Cause in this life, things are much harder than in the afterworld. This life, you're on your own. And if the elevator tries to break you down, go crazy, punch a higher floor.
And welcome back, Panther fans, to the pit. This JV football action between your Elder Panthers and the Trotwood Rams. I'm CJ Shondell alongside Caden Cook here. Glad to have you back here for this second half of action. Your score is 14-0. Caden, what did you see? That maybe they can improve on to start this second half for the Panthers.
On the defensive side of the ball, I would like to see improvement on really closing down on these Rams running backs, because it seems like they're the only one that's getting the ball on these passing attack plays. So I would really like to see them really crowd the line of scrimmage and just not let anything be available. And on the offensive side of the ball, just run the ball a little bit better. That's all.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Shotgun formation. They're going to hand it off. Good hit there. It'll be a gain of 1. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Rams.
Yeah, it was a good job. Good job by the D-line, just letting no holes form.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line. 9:30 to play here in this third quarter. 14-0. Couple mistakes early in the first half for the Rams. Gave the ball to the Panthers. Couldn't capitalize on a couple 4th downs from the Rams. 2nd and 9. They'll hand it off again. Good run there.
Ooh.
Still on his feet. Gets to about the 49-yard line. He was just running over people there.
Yeah, that was a really good run. But, yeah, it seems like Trotwood is only finding success on these run plays when they're bouncing it to the outside. So you really, if you're Elder, you just got to contain them and force them to go inside where your D-line is good enough to make the running back just have nowhere to go and just make him stand in those holes where he just has to take like maybe 2 yards at most for a good gain.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line here for the Rams. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, 1 running back. Motions to the right side of the quarterback. Shotgun snap, looking right side. It's caught. Paff tries to punch it out, makes the tackle.
I think that's the longest throw of the day for the Rams.
Good play there, good tackle from Andrew Paff and Benjamin Ruoff there.
Rams going with a hurry-up offense right here.
Shotgun formation, 2 to the right, and they'll hand it up the middle.
Ooh.
And a big hit there. Ruoff.
Just got stuffed right there.
The Rams going in an upbeat tempo here. They went really slow in the first half. It didn't go in their favor, so they're going to try to change it up here. Shotgun formation, a little confusion on the play. 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Looking for the running back out of the backfield. A big hit there, but he stays on his feet. So the Panthers, first half we saw really good tackling, but maybe they weren't hitting as hard. But now here in the second half, playing with the lead, it's almost like they're just trying to hit as hard as they can, and whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta make good tackles here.
And looking for the screen pass, incomplete.
Yeah.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 here from the 34-yard line for the Rams.
Yeah, it was a little smoke screen right there. That was interesting, but receivers didn't catch the ball. And, it looks like Elders, from what I can tell, Elders defense did not expect this out of this Trotwood offense to, start marching down the field. And with this passing attack, Elders just got to force everything to be a run play. Because if they're not getting anything on run plays, and they're really not getting anything on pass plays, except for this drive right here. It shows promise that the Rams can move the ball down the field when they play well. Let's just see if that can continue.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right. Now motioning, 2 receivers to the left. Looking over the middle, almost intercepted there. Ty Roden had a chance at that one, tipped off the receiver's hands. The Rams miscommunication on that one with 7:12 left to play in this third quarter.
He had that too. He was open, he probably would have got a first down right there if the quarterback just would have connected. But once again, he misfires, and it's going to set up fourth down. And the Rams have been really, really good on fourth down here recently in this game.
It's going to be 4th and 4 from the 34-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back to the left side of the quarterback here. Motioning wide receiver, so 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Takes the snap, looking over the middle. It's caught. He'll make the hit there. Good tackle there. And that'll be enough for a Rams first down.
Yeah, I mean, you have to stay in front of these receivers. You can't let them burn you and, give a shot for this quarterback to make a good throw. You really just got to keep it tight with the receiver that you're guarding.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line, 6:50 to play here. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, a running back in the backfield. Shotgun snap, they'll hand it off up the middle. Bouncing outside, and that's going to be a holding penalty.
Oh.
And that's big hits there, good truck there. Rosenacker was there to make the tackle, but just got ran over, but it doesn't really mean much. Holding there.
Yeah.
Easy call from the refs.
Yeah, and there was a big hole right there. I don't know what Eller's D line was doing, but that Rams running back really just had that huge hole to, get vertical at first and then bounce outside. Yeah, but that's probably the biggest hole I've seen from this Rams offensive line develop here. So, I mean, this offense, it's showing that they can do something, but a stupid mistake like that holding penalty just forces them to go back.
So 1st and 14 from the 32-yard line here. Looking, and it's going to be pass interference or holding. It's going to be holding on Jack Rosenacker there on the coverage.
Yeah, I don't know about that because that receiver's head wasn't even turned, honestly. He was still looking in front of him. I don't know if you call holding right there, honestly. He didn't even look like Rosenacker was doing much.
Yeah, that did not look like a very catchable ball, but they saw the holding, so they're going to call it, and back-to-back penalties on back-to-back plays. 1st and 4 from the 22, 6:26 in this third quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun snap is high, and a big hit there. Major Kittles is all over it again.
Yeah, and he's just said no 2 times now. He's stuffed. He's getting back there on these really high snap plays because, when you snap the ball up high, quarterback, if he's got to jump and catch it, he's got to leave his feet and take his eye off of the D line. So, if you can just hurry up and get into the backfield on these high snap plays, you can go make something happen. Since the quarterback has to take time and catch the snap from the bad snap.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 after a loss of 3. So it'll be from the 25-yard line here. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looking over the middle, and it's intercepted. Good play there from Andrew Paff, his 2nd interception of the game, and the Panthers going to have the ball with 5:34. What a play from Andrew Paff.
Yeah, that was a good job by shutting down this drive from the Rams. But I like that drive by the Rams. They showed that they can move the ball down the field. Just couldn't capitalize right there. Looked a lot like Elder's offense has done so far. They've moved the ball down the field. They just haven't been able to put the ball into the end zone. But let's see what the Panthers can do here, starting in their own territory here.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Andriaco hands it off, going up the middle, lowers his shoulder, and he is just dragging the Rams up the field. Andrew Talon, he got stopped. Looked like was going to be only a gain of 3 or 4. Just drags the Rams secondary for a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, Talon looked like a bus right there. He was taking like 3 defenders with him. He said, hop on. He dragged 3 Rams at least for like 6 yards probably. That was a tough run by Talon.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. 2 receivers now motioning, 1 receiver to the right and 1 receiver to the left. They'll hand it off. And it'll be a short gain there on that play.
Yeah, you gotta. I would look for a really surprise play right here. I would try and get probably a really vertical pass right here.
Yeah, we haven't seen Andriaco test the arm very much today, very deep. And this Rams team, the running game has worked really well early on in this game. So now they're going to try to bring some pressure. So now is when you want to take a deep shot. They're going to take the short pass, tries to cut back middle, and that'll be a gain.
Not much on that play right there. Instead of third and medium right here.
Yeah, I do not agree with that play call very much because, with such a dominant run early on in this drive, now the Rams are so worried about that run that their secondary, it's pretty much one-on-ones with maybe a safety, and a single safety can't guard 3 receivers, so you got to look to take a shot here.
Yeah, I would 100% force something downfield. Just gonna roll
Andriaco rolling out, looking deep, almost intercepted right through the hands. That was a big mistake there from Andriaco to be 4th and 6 from the 46. And it looks like Rosenacker and the punt team is going to come on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if Andriaco just would have put a little bit more air on the ball, he could have connected with Kip by the sideline down there, but just underthrew it and really should have been picked off. But luckily, the Rams defender just dropped it.
So Rosenacker will punt this one away. The right-footed kick high in the air, a solid kick there.
Ooh.
And he botches it. And he'll pick it up. Elder's right there. A big problem there from the Rams. Elder could have had a chance. That was almost like what we needed to see from Andriaco. They could have had a big pass play there. But Rams recover it.
Yeah, Bosom almost got on that one. Bosom and Kyle Bien almost jumped on that ball from that botched punt. That would have been a really good game changer.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 28 for the Rams. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Running back to the left of the quarterback. Shotgun snap, takes it, looking deep, has a man, just overthrows him. That would have been a big play there. That's one of the best throws we've seen from this Rams offense. Had a good route there from the wide receiver. A good throw, good spiral there, just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, it looked like that receiver started jogging that route, honestly. If he took off with using all of his energy and all of his speed, I think he could have caught that one. So, not very good effort by that Rams wide receiver.
It looked like he was trying to get it to the outside near the numbers, but it's almost like the receiver drifted towards the middle of the field, so it was an overthrow. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right and to the left. They'll hand it off up the middle. Good, solid run there.
Yeah, that was really should have been a loss right there, it looked like, honestly. But luckily, Rams got a gain and it'll set up 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 35. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. Still 14-0 Elder. Rams looking to get something done here. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left.
Look for a swing right here from this running back. Maybe an arrow.
Gonna take the direct snap. Kittles is right there. Major Kittles all over that one again, along with Andrew Paff. Good play there.
Yeah, these two have been having a great defensive game here today. Paff and Major Kittles. Now that's a loss of about 3. Set up fourth down. And, the Rams were really good on converting on fourth downs earlier in this game. Struggled a little bit recently, but um, this is a big fourth down play. Again, if they don't get this, Elder will be inside of the Rams' own territory.
So it'll be 4th and 7 from the 31-yard line. Shotgun formation. Looking deep. Has a man. Incomplete again. Just overthrown. So Elder going to get the ball back 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, so Elder's offense right here, you got to put the game away right here because if you score right here, if you use all this clock and you score right here with a minute and 40 seconds left, you go into this fourth quarter feeling confident, up at least 21 maybe, or even if you get 3, make it 17-0. These Rams are going to feel probably a little bit discouraged and they won't have any fire in them left to go down the field and try to win this game. So if you just any sort of scoring right here could really put this game away.
Shotgun formation. Andraco alone in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Rams bring some pressure. Andraco rolling out, and it's caught at the 25-yard line. He'll go out of bounds at about the 22. Good play there from the Elder offense.
Yeah, it was a good catch by Andrew Talon. It was a really good catch to, focus on the ball and get possession and not stress about the defenders that he knew were closing in on him.
And it was a penalty on the Panthers. So it'll be a 1st and 20 from the 41 after that good gain.
Yeah, I would really look for a deep shot right here. Just catch the Rams lacking, really.
And we haven't seen much from this Rams offense. So even if you take a deep shot and turn it over, I feel that the Elder coaches are confident that this defense is going to be able to hold them up. It's going to be a short pass there. Good play there by Andriaco. Got a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it looked like a jailbreak screen right there where the wide receiver starts outside in his form and he cuts inside, tries to work up upfield. But, it just couldn't really develop right there. Those linebackers stayed in the middle of the field. The lineman couldn't get up to him, so set up a second and long right here.
And it'll be 2nd and 17 from the 38-yard line. 30 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Andriaco, 1 running back, Talon, and 2 receivers to the right, rolling right. It'll be caught by Anderson. Anderson going upfield. Anderson, big play there from Cam Anderson. It'll be a 1st down for the Panthers. Good play there from Andriaco and Anderson.
Yeah, that was a good connection right there. It's just haven't seen much of him today because of this really effective running game for Elder. But that was a great play to break loose by Anderson, and I think they'll take us into the fourth quarter.
And so time expires here in the third quarter. Our score 14-0. Elder's going to get the ball 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line when we come back here on EH Sports. And we're back here, fourth quarter of play. Andriaco spinning, gonna go down after short gain there. So Elder threatening to score here through 3 quarters. Caden, what have you seen from this Panthers team?
I haven't. One thing that I do want to mention that I haven't seen, I haven't seen a lot of like energy come from this team, even though they're up 14 to nothing. It really just they seem kind of sluggish, honestly. But they are still moving the ball down the field here. But yeah, you get a touchdown right here, you're pretty much putting this game away. So let's see what the Panthers can do on offense right here.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 17-yard line. Andriaco rolling left, cuts up the field,
Ooh.
and a big hit there at the 10. Injured Ram on the field.
Let's hope he's okay.
And 9:01 left to play. We'll step away here while they tend to this injured player here on EH Sports. And we're back here on EH Sports. 8:55 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 14-0, 3rd and 4 from the 11-yard line. Andriaco alone in the backfield, rolling right. Looking over the middle. Incomplete. Looked like pass interference there.
Yeah, Jude Kipp almost had that one. I feel like Andriaco should have forced that ball more inside, because Jude Kipp was running to the inside of the end zone. Really, I feel like Andriaco just threw it behind him, and he tried to dive back and get the ball, but just couldn't get it.
So it'll be 4th and 4 from the 11-yard line. 8:42 left to play, and they're going to go for it here. I think this is a good decision from the Panthers.
Yes, I think it is because even if you don't get this right here, Elder's defense looks just dominant today, so they'll hold them.
Andriaco throwing, and touchdown Panthers!
What a great catch by Andrew Talon. One-hand snag. It was just a little arrow route that he ran. I thought that defender was going to pop him, but just completely missed, and Talon with a one-hand snag for a touchdown.
So it'll be 20-0 here. 8:36 left to play in this game, pending Josh Menner's extra point here. This Elder offense hasn't looked insanely good today compared to how they looked against a dominant Moeller defense last week, but the defense just keeps giving them these opportunities to score here, and Menner's extra point is good.
Yeah, down 21-0. The Rams are probably feeling defeated here at the pit. So maybe they can go down the field and maybe surprise this Elder defense, maybe get a score in today. But probably won't happen because this Elder defense has looked dominant. Path with 2 interceptions, Major Kittles getting in the backfield and just disrupting these run plays. Um, and the secondary, we haven't mentioned them a whole lot, even including the linebackers in the secondary, but they've done a great job at just holding the Rams to, taking what they can get because you can't you want to force the ball down the field when you're the Rams in a situation like this, but they just can't do this Elder secondary just being tight, not letting the receivers get separation.
So 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Rams. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looking over the middle, it's caught. And tackled after about a gain of 5 there.
Spinney on the tackle, Patrick Spinney. And yeah, Rams got lucky right there because that running back 100% just moved out of the backfield. That should have been a false start. I don't know how the refs didn't call that, but anyway, it'll be 2nd and 5.
2nd and 4 from the 41-yard line. 8 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. Empty backfield for the Rams. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun snap. Looking, tipped up, and it's caught. Kenny Espelage there to make the tackle after a gain of about 7. It's going to be a 1st down for the Rams.
Yeah, they're moving the ball down just a little bit right here. Let's see if they can maybe get some points on the board here. And they got to hurry, too, because there's only 7 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock.
Shotgun formation for the Rams. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And there's going to be a penalty flag on the field. And it's going to be a false start on the Rams, so they're going to push it back.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot today. It looks like, I haven't mentioned it, but it looks like these wide receivers are getting a little bit antsy on these snaps. It looks like the center for the Rams isn't really snapping the ball as soon as the quarterback claps.
And they'll throw it over the and it's incomplete. Almost picked off. So it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 47. Good defense there from the Panthers. Looked almost like a rush throw there from the Rams.
Yeah, lots of close calls. The Rams are probably holding their breath on the sideline every single time that ball's in the air, because there hasn't been a lot of completions here for them today. They really haven't, gotten their way with the passing game, but it's been good enough to, move the ball down the field. But you got to be consistent with this if you're gonna make big plays like that.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 47. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Looking right to Elder, and it's going to be picked off. Picked off at the 30-yard line, and I don't know what that was, but number 27 for the Panthers, Andrew Keiniger, was literally just sitting there waiting for that ball.
Yeah, that was I don't know if the quarterback just didn't see Andrew as the defensive back there, but that was right to him. He didn't even have to move. So 3 picks on the day for Elder. Probably should be some more picks, honestly, but only 3. And this Elder offense is back on the field. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just run and pound the ball right here. Running back is Javier Craig in for Elder.
So good defensive stop there. Now the Panthers going to have it at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll hand it off. And nothing doing there for Javier Craig.
Yeah, from what I can tell and sort of understand by this Elder offense, out of the 2 running backs of Javier Craig and Andrew Town, it seems like Javier Craig is more of a power back. So he's a little bit more tougher. Could probably fight for extra yards right here. And Talent seems like your elusive back right here. So I would be surprised if they keep Javier Craig in here for probably the rest of this drive. Also got a fullback in there, number 44, Rocco Hockenberry. Try and get some movement up front.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Panthers from the 30-yard line. 6 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. Motioning. They'll hand it off to Craig. Good push there from the offensive line.
Fighting. They're just fighting in the trenches, man.
Be 3rd and 5 from the 35-yard line. 5:30 to play here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that's why the pistol formation is so good because, you know, you can really trick them up with some motions by your wide receivers or tight ends, and in the pistol you can really do almost anything. You can get a deep pass, medium pass, short pass, and then you can run. Obviously, you know, wherever you want to. But yeah, Elder plays pretty good in the pistol.
And looks like there's going to be a false start on the Panthers, so they're going to push them back here for this 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 here for the Panthers, but you know, 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock and counting. So I would look for another run right here. You know, you don't have to get this first down really. Just be conservative with the time. You know, run the ball right here. But yeah, the Rams are crowding the box right here.
3rd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Craig in the backfield. Anderson to the left. Kip to the right. Andriaco's going to hand it off to Craig. Tries to stay on his feet. He's going to lose the ball. They're going to say he was down. And so the punt team's going to come on for the Panthers.
Yeah, there's really nothing that Javier could do right there, but oh, they say it was a fumble now. Refs
So it'll be
changed their
1st and
mind.
10 for the Rams. You know, we saw Rosenacker and the punt team coming on, but now Rosenacker and the defense are going to stay on the field.
Yeah, that was surprising. They called him down at first. I don't know how you changed your mind about that, honestly. That doesn't really make any sense, but changed their mind, said that the ball was stripped before he touched the ground, and the Rams did recover that fumble.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 4:18 left to play in this fourth quarter. The Rams going to have to score really, really quickly here and get the ball back. Shotgun snap, throws it over the middle. It's caught. And that'll be a touchdown for the Rams. We said they got to score fast. 1-play drive there after the fumble. 21-6, our score pending an extra point. And not what you want to see if you're the Elder defense there, but also the Rams now give Elder 4 minutes to just run the clock.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional to let them score that quickly. Rams are going for 2 right here, but yeah, it was just a simple slant route that he took to the house from 30 yards out.
They're going to throw it, and a good catch there. So it'll be 21-8 now with 4 minutes and 11 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a really good catch. It was another slant route that they caught right there, but you know, that's really not a big factor. You know, 21-8, still down by 2 scores. The Rams are still down by 2 scores, so you know, Elder just got to run the ball right here, run the clock out, and maybe even if you get a first down on this drive, you're going to make the Rams start using some of their timeouts and really just put this game away.
1st and 10 from the 35. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left to play. They're just going to hand it off to Talon here, running up the middle. Talon at the 50, the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Panthers. 4 minutes to play. Talon, one play drive there.
That was great speed by Talon to just take off. But, you know, the cause of that touchdown was that Elder offensive line. That hole that they made was gigantic for Talon. So he just used his speed and elusiveness and agility and took off. Man, he looked so quick running up down the field. But, you know, that couldn't have happened without that Elder offensive line making a big, big push up front.
A 70-yard run there from Talon. Now Menor on for the extra point.
Yeah, and that has definitely signified the ending of this game, probably, with that huge 70-yard touchdown. With under 4 minutes to go in this game.
So 12 men on the field there for the Rams. It's going to be declined there for the Panthers. Men are now on for the extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. So 28-8 here after the 70-yard run from Andrew Talon.
Yeah, they crowded the box on that play too. That was not an easy run or an easy blocking assignment for the offensive line. They really had to. It was good communication up front to, you know, signal to each other who they're blocking and who's going to pick up this blitz, all of that. You really need communication up front when teams like this are going to crowd the box and try and not let you get up field on a run play, but they certainly did right there for a 70-yard touchdown.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 35-yard line. 3 minutes and 59 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter. Not much hope left for the Rams, but so down by 3 scores. They're gonna have to score almost every minute here. So they're gonna have to push it down the field and then get a lot of turnovers here and some confusion for the Rams. Personnel issue here.
Some substitution. I would sub somebody in on Elder right now because that would waste time.
Shotgun snap looking for the running back, and it's gonna be dropped.
That's just a drop, man. Yeah, these Rams have significantly struggled on catching the ball here today. Lots of juggled passes and lots of, you know, tips up in the air, and even this Rams quarterback, he's showed some good plays so far, but also some really bad overthrows and underthrows, and just maybe it's miscommunication. You know, the receivers and the quarterback just doesn't have a good connection, or it might just be, you know, it's just some bad throws.
Shotgun snap looking over the middle, tipped, and it's intercepted. And the Elder bench is hyped up, intercepted there.
Number 41, Colton Ray with the pick. That just fell right into his arms. He really didn't have to do anything right there. 4 picks on the day for this Elder defense.
And now I think you can say this game is pretty much over here, but nothing's over till it's over. And the Elder bench is going crazy for that interception from Ray. Good work there by the Elder defense. You know, we've seen all these interceptions have been almost the same. Either they've gone right to the Elder defenders or they've been tipped up.
Yeah, that was a nice catch by Colton Ray to get that pick. Just fell right into his arms, man.
And it'll be handed off to Javier Craig. Runs him over there.
Javier Craig just ran that Rams defender over, man.
So now the energy from the Elder bench after that Colton Ray interception, the energy's the highest it's been all game with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left to play in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Javier run another kid over, another Ram defender over.
Shotgun formation, Brady Andriaco in the backfield. 1 wide receiver to the right, 1 to the left. Javier Craig in the backfield to the left of Andriaco.
taking as much time off on this cadence.
Almost a direct snap to Craig there. Craig trying to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage, and he is just dragging them. 5 defenders on his back, drags him. It'll be third down. Good job there. That could have been a big loss, but Javier Craig just driving those big legs into the ground.
Yeah, that's like just moving, man. There's like at least 5 Rams on his back. They were trying to bring him down. In that situation, if you're a Rams defender, if there's 5 guys tackling one guy and you can't even bring him to the ground, at least 2 of you got to hold him up, and everybody else is trying to go for that ball at this point. But Javier is too strong, not letting these defenders bring him down.
Yeah, most times, most times in football, the low man wins, and obviously they were not very low on Javier Craig there, and he just got lower. Craig couldn't do much there. Rams, their defense looking good here because there's crowd in the box because they know Elder's just going to run this ball, run some time off the clock. 3rd and 3, and you'd think depending on how many timeouts the Rams want to use, if they get a first down here, this game's over.
Yeah, pretty much. That was I guess the offensive line just didn't see him coming, but that was just a safety blitz. Went right through the B gap, and got back there, and made a big tackle. But yeah, only a minute 25 seconds on the clock here, so this game's pretty much over, and this will be a big win for Elder. Get 3 wins on the season now. Um, it's definitely a big confidence booster, especially when next week they got to go all the way down to Indianapolis facing Bishop Chatard, those Trojans, and they're a tough school, man. Little place in Indianapolis, little area in Indianapolis where they are tough down there. Went down there. Elders gone down there the past 3 years to go down and face them, and they've always been a challenge on every single level through freshman to even up to varsity. So that should be a great game next week.
So 1 minute and 9 seconds left to play. It'll be 4th and 7 from the 37-yard line. 28-8 is our score, and you'd think they've got to try to pass it here to get the first down, or you think they'll run it?
I think they're just going to run this one. I wouldn't even be surprised if Andriaco maybe gets the snap, maybe kneels it, just stands in the backfield for a little bit, and then when the defenders get close, just kneel the ball. I feel like that'd probably be the smartest thing to do here on 4th down.
So 4th and 7 from the 37. Andriaco shotgun formation. Craig to his left, 2 receivers to the left.
Another really bobbled snap.
And Craig fell down, so it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Rams. 1 minute, 6 seconds left. And I don't think they can possibly score in time, get a turnover, score again, and score and get turnovers constantly for the next minute.
Yeah, I mean, this Elder defense has really shown its power here today on what they can do with their players at these positions, and this D line has looked really good today. I've been impressed with them the most up in the trenches, just holding the Rams to like no running plays up the middle.
Shotgun formation, taking a deep shot there, going to be incomplete. Good coverage there from the Panthers.
Yeah. Good, really good coverage right there. It's just not let the receivers get any separation. And only a minute to go here at the pit.
1 minute mark here. Second and 10 from the 40-yard line. Minute left, 28-8. Our score here. The Panthers have dominated this game thus far. Shotgun formation for the Rams. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. High snap, and it's going to be a penalty marker on the field. It's going to be holding
Yeah, Major Kittles and Colin Brogan got in there, hit the quarterback. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see that more this drive.
Yeah, the outer sideline telling Major to, make sure he doesn't make any stupid plays or stupid mistakes because he's a key part to this Elder varsity team as well. So came down to JV today to get some good reps. Had himself a great game and heave there from the Rams. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, Major has great aggression, man. He will drive back any defender in front of him. He has absolutely no fear for whoever's going up against it. You know, just being dominant here today. Number 68, Colin Holly, will go in for Major Kittles at defensive tackle.
So 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line over the middle. Almost intercepted again. Andrew Paff almost getting his 3rd interception of the game.
Yeah, he's probably been the best defensive player here today, I would say. Major is probably a close runner-up to being probably the best defensive player of the game here today. Um, and on the offensive side of the ball, I would say the best player of the game was probably Andrew Talon. He had some great runs here today at the pit. And this is the last home game for this JV team for the season, so they want to finish out strong here.
Shotgun formation for the Panthers. Hands it off. Right side. A good run there. Big gain of about 5. So 4th and 5. 35 seconds left in this game. So
Yeah, nice tackle by Jack Rosenecker. Set up this 4th down with 25 seconds to go here. So looks like there will be a timeout. Oh, no, that'll be end of the game.
and so time expiring here from the pit. And that's the end of the game here from the pit. Your final score: Trotwood Madison 8, your Elder Panthers 28. A dominant performance from this Elder offense. Andrew Talon, great job running the football today. Good job by the defense. Major Kittles, Andrew Paff, making a big impact for this Elder team. And so Elder will play Bishop Chatard on the road next Saturday, October 19th. Caden, what did you see from the Panthers here today?
I really saw on the offensive side of the ball that proves that they can run the ball. They can make holes and just create spaces for either Javier or Andrew Talon to just take off. And I feel like that will be a big factor going into Indianapolis next, or when they play Bishop Chatard, because they're a really good program down there. So it'll be really interesting how Elder prepares for this next matchup. And only 2 games left on the season. They got Bishop Chatard, and then after them, LaSalle, another GCL South matchup, and they're 0-2. They lost to X and Moeller, so really don't want to get swept by all the other GCL South teams. So it would be great if Elder can finish out strong these last 2 weeks.
So that is all for this JV football matchup. On behalf of Caden Cook, Mr. Adam Dool, and all the people that assisted in the production of this game, I'm CJ Shondell saying so long from the pit.